This is a quick tutorial on how to use Jing to create a video. Jing is limited to 5 minutes, and I'm going to use PowerPoint, so basically just record myself talking and going through a few PowerPoint slides. However, you can record anything on your screen. This is a screencast video, so basically if I'm going to be recording more than one window, then I should have them all open and ready to go before I start the recording process. And so I'm going to start by looking for this Jing Sun. This is how you start everything in Jing. If you don't see it, you might have to turn on Jing from the Start menu. And then you want to choose the first node here, which says Capture. So when I click Capture, it wants to know what part of the screen I want to capture. I'm only going to want to record the PowerPoint slides themselves, so I'm going to drag a square there that has the slide in it, but I don't want to record all this other part of PowerPoint, and I'm going to use these little slides over here to switch from slide to slide. There's of course other ways I can do that. I could do it over here on the right too. But either way, I'm only recording what's inside that yellow line there. So I'm down at the bottom. If I choose the first option, I'll just be taking a screenshot, making a picture of something on my screen. The second one is the one I want to create a video. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little practice video here. I'm going to click Capture Video, and then it gives me a countdown, tells me my mic is on. So now I'm recording only between the yellow and black film strip lines. So I could talk about this slide, applying for initial teacher certification, go on to the next slide just by clicking it over here, talk about this slide, maybe switch over to this slide. I don't have to go in any particular order because they're not going to be able to see what's happening over on this side. And then I can continue talking about each of my slides. Down here I have the option to pause at any point. In this case, I'm just going to stop. Was just a quick demonstration. So when I hit stop, Jing brings up a preview immediately. It names it with the current date, and then it allows me to watch a preview of what I've just done to make sure that it looks okay. If it doesn't look okay, I have two choices. I can either click the X down here and basically start again, or if I choose Edit in Camtasia, it will give me the ability to open Camtasia if you have that installed on your system and make some edits there, because Jing does not have any editing capabilities. So if you only have Jing, you might want to just cancel and re-record. Okay, so you watch the preview. So now I'm recording only between the yellow and black film strip lines. So I could talk about this slide, applying for initial teacher certification, go on to the next slide just by clicking it over here. Okay, I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing, but you get the idea how it looks when the slides are changing. So after I've watched the preview, if it looks okay, notice mine is really short, 37 seconds. You do have a limit of 5 minutes with Jing, the free account anyway. If you want longer, you can go Pro. So down here I have two choices. I can upload it to Screencast, or I can save it to my computer. The default is SWF Flash format. Or I can do both, which is probably the best idea. But when you're sharing it with other people, I would recommend the first way is going to be a lot easier. So that's the one I'm going to choose right now. So when I click on share, I am going to have to wait a little bit for it to upload it to screencast.com. So it's kind of like uploading it to YouTube. And then I'll be able to just get a link, which I can then send in an email or upload to Blackboard or whatever for other people to be able to watch my video. But as I said, it might be smart to also save it to my computer. And that way I always have it if I am concerned about whether screencast.com will go away one day. So it looks like it's just about finished uploading, and then it's going to bring up this little window that says the capture has been sent to screencast.com. So all I have to do is click the link, and it opens up in my browser. So this is the way it will look to people when I copy this URL, this link, and share it with people. They'll be able to just go right to this and hit this play button and view your video. Now, just a couple of other words about Jing. It's very simple, as you can see here. There are a couple of options though. So let's say you walked away from your computer while it was uploading and then you never did see that little window or that tiny little window that came up that took me here. That's not a problem. You can always go back to the sun and you can choose history, and that shows all the videos you've ever taken, allows you to trash them or go to screencast.com, view them or whatever. So that is not going to be a problem. You can always find the ones you've done in the past, so it's nice to have that history there. Notice I'm viewing both the screen captures as well as the videos that I've done. And also on the sun there is a More button that brings me to this big circle where I can go to Preferences and I can change video format, change audio input, and those kinds of things. So that's just a quick overview of using Jing to make a video.